China begins construction of the world's largest hydropower dam. In a groundbreaking move, China has officially commenced the construction of what is set to become the world's largest hydropower dam. This monumental project, dubbed the Project of the Century by China's Premier Li Qiang, is taking shape on the Yarlung Tsangpo River, located in the Tibetan region. The announcement, made during a ceremony in the area, has sparked a rise in Chinese markets, reflecting the high expectations surrounding this long-anticipated initiative, first unveiled in 2020 as part of China's 14th five-year plan. However, the dam's construction has not been without controversy. Neighboring countries India and Bangladesh, through which the river flows, along with Tibetan advocacy groups and environmentalists, have voiced significant concerns. The project, as detailed by the official state news agency Xinhua, envisions 5 cascade hydropower stations along the lower reaches of the river, projected to generate an impressive 300 million megawatt-hours of electricity annually at an estimated cost of around 1.2 trillion yuan, 124 billion pounds. For comparison, the current record holder, the Three Gorges Dam, cost 254.2 billion yuan and produces 88.2 million megawatt-hours. Although specific details regarding the construction timeline and scope remain undisclosed, the figures provided by Xinhua surpass the initial estimates from 2020. China, the world's leading carbon emitter, is aggressively expanding its renewable energy capacity in an effort to meet its emissions reduction goals and stabilize its power supply. With tens of thousands of hydropower projects already in place, more than any other country, this new dam represents a significant step forward in China's green energy ambitions. The Yarlung Tsangpo Dam will leverage the river's dramatic 2-kilometer descent over a 50-kilometer stretch as it winds through a canyon in a U-shaped bend. Despite the potential environmental and geopolitical benefits, concerns persist. India and Bangladesh fear that China could control or divert water flows, affecting millions of people downstream. In response to these concerns, Chinese officials have reassured neighboring countries that they do not seek water hegemony and will continue to engage in dialogue and cooperation on disaster prevention and mitigation. Nonetheless, the project's impact on sacred Tibetan sites and potential population displacement remain contentious issues. Previous hydropower projects in Tibet have led to rare but brutally suppressed protests. For instance, last year, hundreds were arrested for opposing the Kamtok Dam on the upper Yangtze River, which they claimed would displace thousands and submerge ancient Buddhist monasteries. The Three Gorges Dam itself is estimated to have displaced about 1.5 million people. Environmentalists also raise concerns about the project's potential impact on local wildlife and the region's fragile geological conditions, characterized by significant tectonic activity, severe landslides, and extreme topography. Despite the criticisms, the Chinese government maintains that the dam will stimulate local employment, increase domestic energy supplies, and advance the development of renewable energy. Premier Li emphasized the importance of ecological conservation to prevent environmental damage, stating, "Special emphasis must be placed on ecological conservation to prevent environmental damage." And this is the part most people miss. While the dam promises substantial benefits, the delicate balance of the region's ecology and the geopolitical implications could lead to unforeseen challenges. As the project progresses, the world watches closely, awaiting the outcomes of this ambitious endeavor. China begins world's largest hydropower dam project, economic boost and environmental concerns. In a move that could redefine renewable energy's future, China has launched construction of the world's largest hydropower project, a $170 billion titan sparking both stock market euphoria and international alarm. But here's where it gets controversial. While investors celebrate the economic jolt, millions downstream face potential ecosystem collapse and water security threats. Let's unpack what's at stake. The colossal dam complex targets the lower Yarlung Tsangpo River in Tibet, where a dramatic 2,000-meter elevation drop over just 50 kilometers creates immense hydropower potential. Unlike typical single-dam projects, this features 5 interconnected cascade stations. Imagine a stairway of water-driven power plants, aiming to generate 300 billion kilowatt-hours annually. That equals the entire United Kingdom's yearly electricity consumption. Premier Li Qiang champions this project of the century as critical for Tibet's and China's power needs, insisting ecological safeguards will minimize downstream and environmental impacts. Yet operations won't commence until the 2030s. Capital markets reacted explosively to the announcement. Shares of construction giants like Power Construction Corporation of China and cement producer Zhizheng Tianlu rocketed 10%, their daily limit. Tunnel equipment supplier Hunan Wuxin soared 30%. Analysts attribute the frenzy to anticipated demand spikes for materials like cement and explosives, plus perceptions of long-term, bond-like dividends from hydropower assets. Huatai Securities confirmed the project's stimulative effect, while Citi estimates a yearly GDP boost equivalent to $16.7 billion. However, and this is the part most investors miss, speculative buying risks inflating valuations unsustainably. Geopolitical tensions flare immediately downstream. The Yarlung Tsangpo becomes the Brahmaputra River flowing into India and Bangladesh, countries already protesting potential cascading effects. Arunachal Pradesh's Chief Minister Pema Khandu warns the dam might drain 80% of their river flow while increasing flood risks in Assam. NGOs amplify environmental alarms, citing irreversible damage to the Tibetan Plateau's biodiversity. Even seismic hazards lurk. Experts note the dam's location in a tremor-prone zone could invite disaster. Meanwhile, displacement concerns linger. Authorities remain silent on whether this project will repeat the Three Gorges Dam's history of relocating over 1 million people. So we confront a stark dilemma. Is this engineering marvel truly a green energy breakthrough or an ecological gamble threatening entire river ecosystems? The world faces growing demand for clean power, but at what cost to transnational watersheds and vulnerable communities? Where should the line be drawn between national development and cross-border environmental responsibility? Your perspective matters. Share your take below. China's ambitious construction of the world's largest hydropower dam in Tibet. Warning: the world's largest hydropower dam is coming, but at what cost? Imagine a structure so massive, it's poised to become the world's largest hydropower dam, harnessing the energy of the mighty Yarlung Tsangpo River in Tibet. This gargantuan project, announced by Chinese Premier Li Qiang, is estimated to cost a staggering $170 billion. But here's where it gets controversial. Will this project of the century be a groundbreaking feat in renewable energy or an ecological disaster waiting to happen? As part of China's ambitious push to expand renewable energy and slash carbon emissions, the dam will comprise 5 cascade hydropower stations on the eastern rim of the Tibetan Plateau. Once operational, it's expected to generate a whopping 300 billion kilowatt-hours of electricity annually, significantly contributing to local energy demand in Tibet and beyond. The environmental conundrum. While Chinese officials assure that the project's impact on the environment and downstream water supplies will be minimal, neighboring countries India and Bangladesh are sounding the alarm. Non-governmental organizations, NGOs, such as the International Campaign for Tibet, warn that the dam will irreversibly harm the Tibetan Plateau's rich ecosystem and disrupt the livelihoods of millions downstream. A delicate balance. The Yarlung Tsangpo River, which transforms into the Brahmaputra River as it flows into India's Arunachal Pradesh and Assam states before finally reaching Bangladesh, offers immense hydropower potential due to its dramatic 6,561-foot drop within a mere 31 miles. China has already begun harnessing this power in the river's upper reaches. The project's promised benefits. Carbon neutrality, a significant step towards meeting China's carbon peaking and neutrality goals. Economic boost, expected to stimulate industries like engineering and create jobs in Tibet. Energy security will play a crucial role in meeting local energy demands. And this is the part most people miss. Despite the project's touted benefits, authorities have been tight-lipped about the number of people the Tibet project will displace and the potential effects on the local ecosystem. We want to hear from you. Do the benefits of this monumental project outweigh the potential environmental and social costs? Share your thoughts in the comments below. As the world watches this mega project unfold, one thing is certain: its impact will be felt far beyond the Tibetan plateau. Stay tuned for updates on this developing story.